Hello everybody, my name's Ruth. I'm the project manager for SelharmUK, and we wanted to just mark this foster care fortnight by doing a couple of vlogs around young people in foster care. And so if you're watching this and you're a foster carer, I just wanted to give you some quick hints and tips as to how to work with young people who are harming that are in your care. Firstly, it's really important that you keep your supervising social worker involved in anything that's going on for the child, and also the child's social worker for the local authority. So I'm sure you already know that, but just a little heads up at the top of this vlog. What I would say is, if you've got a young person in your care that you suspect is harming, try and steer clear of asking them outright if they're harming. Maybe speak to their social worker about an advocate or somebody from a befriending service to try and give them different people in their life that they would feel able to share what is happening with them. If you have a young person in placement and you know that they are harming, there's some things that you can do whilst they're living with you. I think the first thing I would say is that it's really important to keep communication open with the young person, even if that means not talking. And we know that there's lots of different ways that we communicate, and talking is only one of them. And sometimes asking a young person to sit down with you and look you in the eye and tell you what's going on can be really daunting, actually, and quite overwhelming. So one really good way is to have different coloured wristbands. So a red wristband, an amber wristband, and a green wristband, and they wear the red one on really bad days, the amber one on okay days, and the green one on good days. And that just means that you're able to visually see the kind of time that they're having, and you can ask questions around that rather than just aimlessly asking them if they're okay. Secondly, what can be quite helpful is a communication book. So sometimes when we write our communication down to other people, it takes the sting and the heat out of the conversation. So perhaps just having a book around that the young person can write in, and you read it and write back, and then they get to read it and write back. It's just easier to digest and dissect that information. We had a mum get in touch with us, and she had come up with a brilliant idea. Her daughter was self-harming, and her dad didn't know, so she decided to put a whiteboard in her daughter's room, and her daughter would put a red mark on the board for every day that she didn't harm. So her mum would be able to see very clearly the days that she hadn't self-harmed, and then if all of those red marks were wiped off, it would mean that she had actually self-harmed. And that's another way to help young people to still communicate without having to talk to you. Keep going, you're doing a fantastic job. But remember that self-harm is a really, really deeply personal thing and can be really difficult for young people to talk about. Thanks.